Welcome. In front of me I have the Garmin Fenix 7X solar watch, and today I'll go over unboxing along with just a couple of info about it. So anyway, let's just get started and pop it straight open. And inside obviously we got the watch. Now this is, in terms of the size, the biggest one, which is a 51, I believe, 51? Let me just quickly check. Yeah, 51 millimeter face right here. There is a couple different sizes. We have also 47 and 42. Now, depending on which one you pick, the price will be different, and in addition, the battery life will be different. And I think that is basically the biggest differences right here. I don't really see many like other ones that are glaringly obvious. So anyway, let's just take it out, straight out of here. Now obviously this watch is, I would say, specifically designed for people that primarily live outdoors. The absolute sheer stupid amount of battery life that it can get from this watch is honestly astonishing. And in terms of just comparing it to other smartwatches, comparing it to other smartwatches, this has probably one of the best battery lives. So if you go with something like a power saving mode and also solar charging, because that's kind of the whole shtick of this watch, you can get over a year of battery. Now, obviously, I just got this watch, so I can't really tell you if that is true or not, but if it is, then that is just insane, to be honest. Now, obviously, this is the biggest one, so like it is quite big. And if you go for the lower version, as an example, if I would be buying a watch like that for myself, I would most certainly be going for the 41, I think it was 41, 42 millimeters, just because, my arms aren't necessarily the biggest things out there. So if I slap this on my wrist, it just looks hilarious. Yeah, let me just it looks like I have a wall clock on my arm. So yeah, that's most certainly not for me. This thing is a little bit too chunky for me. So anyway, let's just power it on. Now to power it on, you do need to have a charger ready, so you just pop it in, and this one actually turns right away on, so that's nice. Let's unplug it. Okay, so let's go through a couple notable things. We have a display right here with a resolution of 280 by 280, and I'll actually be comparing it to this thing, which is where's the box or the name of it? So this is the EPIX Gen 2, and it's almost the exact same price. It lacks the solar functionality, but other than that, it's also quite similar as a Garmin. So it's running, I believe, something of similar OS. I have no clue what the OS actually is. I tried to look for it, but couldn't find a damn thing. So yeah, that's that. Now this looks like it's a paper ink display. I haven't really looked into this watch myself too deeply, so I'm just kind of going over what I can actually see right now. Pair with phone, no distance. So we're going to use kilometers, time frame 12 hours. Day, month, year, that seems logical. Gender, male. Date of birth. Now, I don't really like this kind of year selection. So you first select the first two digits of the year and then the 2 second ones. Like, we couldn't just do that all together. And there we go, good enough. Height, I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Can't really bother changing it. Which wrist? Yep, left. Bedtime doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna be using this, so I'm just kind of going quickly over the things to finish up the setup. Enable do not disturb mode for sleeping. Heck yeah. set time, use GPS. Obviously for me right now, if I choose GPS, which is a fairly viable option and kind of a neat one, it won't actually set it because I'm too deep underground for the GPS to actually function right now. So I'm gonna go with a manual. So hour right now, it's 3 p.m. And there we go, 3:06. Oh. Whoa, a little bit too far. There we go. And it's PM, there we go. Set year, 2022, yep. Set month, yep. Set the day. What day is it today? 27th. There we go. And we're now set. Now obviously you can probably see right away the display isn't too bright right here. And I don't even know if there's like a way to make it brighter. I was saying that this looks like a paper ink display, but to be honest, I can't really tell you what this is. The brightness of it seems like it's a paper ink display. The fluidity of it would contradict this. This is way too fluid for a paper ink display. This runs basically as smooth as this AMOLED display. So you can kind of compare these. This one is a little bit, feels like it's lagging a little bit more, but I assume this is strictly because the battery life on here can get so ridiculous. They probably packed in here some lower specs, so it might struggle just a little bit with actually running the display, that's why. But let's see, let's go back. Quickly going into a couple features of this. We have basically all kinds of GPS tracking and basically all the trackings that you could possibly want. To actually go over all of these, I probably need to have another video. They have like golf course tracking, they have hiking routes. There's like stupid amount of different things that you can track here. Going like quickly over this, sport app, background sky. Let's see what else we got. Surf ready feature for surfing. We have workouts, which is just obvious. Let's see, I'm just kind of looking right here on the screen to see what kind of interesting features there might be. So we have something for climbing, which calculates the distance and height. We have performance meter, real time stamina, recovery time, which is if you do workout, it tells you how long you need to wait before you can actually do another one. Alright, there was actually a flashlight on here, which I was kind of curious to see how does actually work. Oh, the battery's kind of dying. Ironic for a watch that's supposed to last up to a year. The battery's dying straight out of unboxing. Okay. But yeah, so right now this watch just became even more gimped. So all I see is time, and I don't think I can access any critical. Cool, yeah, I can't access anything apart from the time right now. So it's not really doing a very good job. Now, actually, I'm gonna touch upon one more thing. Like I said, this watch has a battery life of over a year, but there is a big caveat to it. It's over a year, probably if you're living outside, because it does have solar charging on it. It uses the, I assume this is the ring right here, that is the solar charger. So it's a fairly minimal amount of it, and this just, it doesn't charge your watch. It just tries to extend the battery further. And without it, you're basically cutting the device battery life by like more than a half, I believe it was. So just keep that in mind. And looking at the smaller version of it, we're looking at a smartwatch up to 11 days, 14 days with solar battery saver mode. We're looking up to 38 days and 87 days with solar charging. Now it doesn't really describe how long you have to solar charge it, or how long it needs to be in the sunlight to actually give you this kind of times. And like I mentioned, this is for the smaller version, which has a smaller battery. That's why I'm saying 87 days. This one, supposedly because it's the super big one, it has over a year of battery life. But again, the cut down is more than a half of battery if you never see the sun, like if you were a vampire or something. You don't go out to the sun. This kind of loses majority of its functionality specifically for this one, so possibly this might be just a better case for you. It has a brighter display, also really decent battery life, but it just drops the solar charging ring, so you get some other features like an AMOLED display with a higher resolution. But yeah, like I mentioned before, this watch is packed with different features. Obviously, majority of them, or basically almost all of them, are strictly for just outdoors usage, and that's primarily what this watch is designed for. Now, I am indoors, so I'm not really gonna judge how well it does those things. I tend to stay inside more than outside, so yeah. So that being said, test out the watch. It seems to be really decently packed with stupid amount of features, but I probably won't be testing any of them just because that's kind of not a watch for me. So last things last, the price of it's about $900, which honestly seems a little bit steep for a smartwatch, but then this thing has a stupid battery life and stupid amount of features that it packs into it in terms of like GPS trackings and just any kind of location tracking or just tracking in general. So the price might seem a little bit justified because of it. So anyway, that being said, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.